Welcome to my home.
I know. Here we are once again. As we like to see Connie and Ellen sitting on their porch, we're showing you our version of our porch, of course, which is. But let's show you though. It's really pretty around here because we're doing fall colors. I hope you can see.
Probably can't though.
Can you see? Isn't that lovely? Oh,
all the dead people
in the graveyard there. But yeah, we have to come up. As you know, we have to come up to the town hall, and it's right here by the graveyard. But so this is actually a funny story because we've both been sick this week, and
I know, not that sick,
not that sick. Here we are, but we didn't really know at the beginning of the week we were going to be up here in Vermont, but Glen has the day off tomorrow, so
Union.
All of a sudden, like on Friday, after he woke up from a long nap, we decided
we got really bad head colds. We both had really bad head colds this week. It took me down Friday really bad.
So then we got up Saturday morning and we drove up here, and here we are. So we're happy to share this with you.
So if you notice a little bit of stuffiness in both of us, it's because we're both coming off of it.
Oh, okay.
And, you can tell. Yeah, I know you can
just
tell.
Just a little bit. Yeah, you can tell.
Because it sounds like I'm talking through a felt screen, like I got a piece of felt shooting up my nose, right? Yeah.
And we've got,
So if you hear a tractor, they're repairing the wall next to us,
or either digging a grave. We're not sure. I know, right?
So there's machinery
over here.
Out of the.
So we're not quite sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're gonna get this program started.
Because this wind machine is really expensive.
Oh no.
So we want to get the rental. Make sure we get all of this out of the rental out of this wind machine.
Here we go. But today we forgot to bring our drinks. Well, we already drank. So
you're gonna have to provide your own
drink.
I mean, when your brain, what happens to your brain when you're a little sick? You forget the details, right?
Here we go. And welcome to the church with a 2-drink minimum. So we already drank it. Welcome to the church with a 2-drink minimum. We are interfaith, interspiritual, not optional. So relax and get ready for a celebration. Welcome to the church with a 2-drink minimum. One more time now. Welcome to the church with a 2-drink minimum. Boom.
I know. Traditions are important, aren't they?
So I actually never doggies. We forgot the week of doggies.
So, how are all my wee doggies tonight? I hope this new weather and the change is
it's good for you.
Yeah,
we love it.
For you.
We love it.
We're moving into our favorite time of the year, with a little bundling up, a little bit closer together, and everything smells like wood smoke.
Oh, it's so nice. And so what we have down on our property is a big outdoor fireplace.
Yeah.
So we have that all stacked up and ready to go, for a little bit later. But as we're sitting here, it's getting cloudy. So, and it may start sprinkling. So you may see us running to the car. If so, that's okay. Just let things be.
I know, so I'm going to be here 2 hours. I'm going to be here for here, and then herein lies the peace of God.
Yeah.
So we'll see how dark it gets, and whether what kind of contraption we get here as I slowly fade into the hills of Vermont right before your eyes.
Well, I have a flashlight on my phone, so I can.
So we come prepared, right? Can't remember the drinks, but we got
Got everything else.
And everything else. And we're glad that you are here.
Oh, we're so glad.
It makes all the difference in the world to us.
And sorry we missed this morning in the sanctuary. Down at our place that we don't get reception, but up here at the town hall we do. So
we have to have come up in our pajamas and sat in the car all morning behind the courthouse, which just looks suspicious enough as it is.
Yeah. At the picnic table.
I says, there's these two children that just hang out in their car all day in front of the courthouse.
Hello!
Ladies and gentlemen,
Tika has joined us.
And you know it's Tika by her tongue.
Hi, Tika tongue. Hi, Arizona!
Yay! I know. Well, we're in situ.
Yes, we have to give a big shout out to Arizona because
she saved the day.
She saved the day. She sent us all our necessary PDFs and
because I knew I was teaching here in Lies the Peace of God, but I forgot all. I was like, I'll have the laptop. Except all that stuff is on the main computer, not on the laptop, which doesn't have access. So it's like, so I literally relied on friends and community to get me the stuff, get me the PDF for
and that is
the lesson that I'm doing tonight.
And both things is exactly what I was going to say. We rely on the community. We rely on each other to make things run smoothly. Oh,
you're most welcome
from Arizona. Thank you, darling.
Because none of us do this by ourselves.
Yeah,
I hope we know that none of us are doing this by ourselves, and that what we want to do and what we feel our greatest fulfillment is giving ourselves away. That's what we're always trying to figure out how to do. And then we gave somebody else an opportunity to help us this week.
We did.
Do you know how hard it is to reach out when you're the one that's always going, oh, I love to do that, I love to do that. Until I say, Arizona, I forgot everything. You have to bail my ass out of this thing because I forgot everything. You have to get this done for me.
And she did. Oh, we love you so much. So let's do our sing along. We're gonna do our regular sing along.
Oh, okay.
Let things be.
The normal one.
Yeah, because
page 1 of your songbook. It's the oldest one.
This is our regular one. So here we go. Let things be.
Let things be
exactly as they are.
Exactly as they are.
You can't change me.
You can't change me.
And you can't change God.
And you can't change God.
Let things be.
Let things be
exactly as they are.
Exactly as they are.
And you and me.
You and me.
We'll live in peace.
We live in peace.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know
what anything is for.
Unless
I listen to that still small voice.
I have a still small voice
telling me this simple truth. That everything is for my good. Let things be.
Let things be
exactly as they are.
Exactly as they are.
You can't change me.
You can't change me.
And you can't change
God.
God.
You can't change God.
Let things be exactly as they are.
Exactly as they are.
And you and me
will
live in peace.
We live in peace.
I'm not this body.
You can talk about this. I'm not this body
that you see.
I
am as God created me.
God created me.
We are all one family. And it's possible.
Yes, it's possible
to live in peace.
It's possible to live in peace. Let's
so let things be.
Let things be
exactly as they are.
Exactly as they are.
You can't change me.
You can't change me.
And you can't change.
And you can't change God.
Let things be.
Let things be
exactly as they are.
Exactly as they are.
And you and me.
So you and me
will live in peace.
We live in peace.
Kumbaya.
I never get tired of that. It's lovely.
I never get tired of it either.
I still sing that
so
sometimes.
I was thinking,
spontaneously burst into. Do you ever in the supermarket you spontaneously burst into song?
Burst into.
Does that ever happen to you?
Yes, sometimes it does. Wow. this is so interesting. So let us tell you a little bit about how we got here this week. I just think this is pretty fascinating. So first of all, Tuesday, Connie, you were on fire in the sanctuary, and it was so awesome. I love your program. I don't always get to attend, but boy, on Tuesday, were you ever on fire. And I was so blessed by it. At the same time, that was when I was beginning to feel bad. So that's why I wasn't commenting or doing anything, but I was coughing and sneezing, so I was sort of like this. But I was so inspired by that program that the next day, when I got really super sick, I was just completely out of it.
She slept on the couch for 2 days.
Yeah. Completely out of it. So
the refrigerator, the couch, the toilet, the refrigerator, and the couch. The toilet, the refrigerator, and the couch.
That was pretty much it. And so it was really interesting because I was, in that half asleep, half awake state for like most of 2 days. And then, I took some cold medicine and then I went to really sleep really well. But most of the time I spent on the couch was reviewing what we talk about here in the sanctuary, and I was trying to think of just
really
letting what I learned from everyone sink into me,
inform your experience.
Inform my experience. And so I was laying there on the couch feeling really miserable. However, I was able to sort of notice that this was my body doing this. My body was doing all of this and was
cleansing and healing.
It was cleansing and healing.
I know.
It truly was. And most of the time, though, when my body is in that cleansing and healing mode, I am trying to resist it. So
this should not be.
This should not be.
I'm sick. I do not like how this feels. This should not be.
Right. And so I don't know. I was just kind of remembering comforting voices, and I was remembering our wonderful community here in the sanctuary. Oh, hey, Jacqueline. I was thinking about you too this past week while I'm talking about me being sick, because it started on Tuesday night with when you and Connie were having your program. And hey, George, it's so nice to see you. Oh, wow. So I was laying on the couch, and I was just going over everything that I could think of that would help me bring awareness to what was going on. So I was able to understand that my body was doing this thing, and that I could shift to my awareness, and that my awareness could see my body and hear my body and feel my body doing this sickness routine, whatever. And it was really, really cool. So I was truly able to let things be as they were. And I was able to practice the, what we do in meditation, where understanding that all of this thought and my resistance,
is the suffering.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I was trying to get to. My head's still a little cloudy.
We have one brain together after being through this sinus infection. She got it and she relied on me, and then I got it and went down and was like, okay, who's loving the consciousness now? Me. Who's on the bed now? I goes, what do you do, Smitty? How do you feel? He goes, I'm loving my consciousness.
I know. You can't believe. I mean, I couldn't believe how helpful that was. If you want a method,
that is actually. We're being silly, but of course being silly. But it's like that's also exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. How do you feel? I'm not my body. I am loving my consciousness.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
You know.
Yes.
There's in between.
Yeah.
There's in between. There's where I live. Actually, I'm the ground. Now I understand like a lot of what that idea of the Buddhists talk about, the ground of all being.
Oh.
You know, where awareness springs from.
Yeah.
You know, loving our consciousness. You know, it's like the ground of being.
It just I felt so at peace. I mean, so this what I truly am,
is not sick,
but also is peace. So another interesting thing that was happening during these, so this was going on Tuesday night, Wednesday all day, Thursday all day, and pretty
Friday.
And he got it on Friday. So the whole time, which I'm going to try to sing again today, the whole time, you know, last Sunday on Sounds of Awakening, I was experimenting with Lesson 2:6, my song, My Heart is Beating in the Peace of God. And that song would not leave me the entire time I was experiencing what I was experiencing in my body. And mostly because of this line, peace floods my body with the purpose of forgiveness. That floods my body.
Peace floods my body with the purpose of forgiveness.
With the purpose of forgiveness. I was like, wow. So I'm sick, I'm hacking, I'm coughing, but peace actually floods my body with the purpose of forgiveness.
Because my heart is beating.
Because my heart is even beating.
In the peace of God.
In the peace of God, yeah. So I kept singing that over and over and over. It was really, really wonderful.
You going to sing that for us today?
I'm going to do my best to play it on the ukulele. And so,
yeah. So
this will be
if
our
you
little...
hear construction sounds, it's because there's construction.
Yeah, they're coming down the road now. They were digging up a grave in here.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's true, but that's what we're saying. It's Halloween, you know. Halloween season. But before
speaking of beating in the heart of God.
Yeah, I wanna do a little quick silent, you know, circle of love meditation. And I don't have my bell, so
I know all the things we forgot as we realized we could be in Vermont, and just I don't know.
We're like,
we have
Vermont.
I even had to get a toothbrush because we left without my friggin' left without my prison. Was like, let's get, and we're both like getting over brain fevers. It's amazing that the car drove us to Vermont.
We were just intent on being here.
And we woke up feeling so much better today.
Yeah.
You know? But
it's really great.
It's like, oh my God, we're in Vermont. How did we get here? Oh my God, look at this. Yolanda, we're in Vermont. That is so cool.
We were teleported. Anyway, I'm going to try to bring us.
My heart is beating in the peace of God.
Yeah,
I've been listening to her sing it for days and days.
Right. Okay, so let's bring ourselves into our circle of love. Yeah. I'm going to do 3 plucks on the ukulele and breathe and om. And create the circle of love. So here we go. Right here, right now at this picnic table at Town Hall, and simultaneously in the Awakening Together Sanctuary with all of you, all of my wonderful family, we together are co-creating a circle of unconditional love. And boy, what a week for experiencing a circle of unconditional love. Everything, as I always say, everything that I like and everything that we do not like is included in this circle of love. And I'm grateful for that, because if I am open to it, Spirit will show me what the purpose of every moment is I'm so grateful for that. Because my heart is beating in the peace of God. Blessed be. And so it is. Ooh, my heart is beating in the peace of God. Ooh, my heart is beating in the peace of God. Ooh, my heart is beating in the peace of God. Oh, oh, in the peace of God. Surrounding me is all the life that God created in her love. It calls to me in every heartbeat, in every breath, and in every thought. Peace fills my heart, and peace floods my body with the purposes of forgiveness. Now my heart, mind is healed, and all I need is given me. Every heartbeat brings me peace, and every breath brings me strength. I am a messenger of the voice of love. I am held forever in this peace. Ooh, my heart is beating in the peace of God. Ooh, my heart is beating in the peace of God. Ooh, my heart is beating in the peace of God. Oh, oh, in the peace of God.
I know. Also known as penicillin from the Course of Miracles.
Chicken soup for
Chicken
the
soup
soul.
for the soul. Yeah. I know, because we've been consuming
Lots of chicken soup.
Lots of chicken soup, as you would want to consume. So speaking
lovely,
of chicken
lovely.
soup, we're going
Chicken soup for the soul.
We are going to look at. If you get my little newsletter I send out, and you can really be on it if you'd like.
Just email me.
Just email Yolanda, and that says, I want to get your, I annotate the course, and there's a red letter in every highlighting and some stuff, so you're welcome to get on this. So I usually use an image to try to get the point of this across. And if you're reading with us and doing the lessons with us, let's remember.
Let's find the lesson. Hold on.
I want to put this together for us. Okay. So if you're doing the lessons, which I'm sure you are, right? Everybody does the course. So the text and the lessons flow together.
They do.
So when I'm here talking about a specific section of the Course in Miracles, it's really going along with the lessons that we're doing during the week that you're doing it in. So what's this? My heart beats in the peace of God. was the beginning of this section on intimate relationships. Intimate relationships are where we have the opportunity for our greatest healing, right? They have the three relationships we have. We talked a little bit like that. We talked a little bit about this last week with the three kinds of relationships. We have people that are around for just a minute in front of us, like the deli clerk or somebody at the DMV. And we have people that are with us for a very long time, often family, maybe good friends, colleagues, coworkers, and things like that we are with for 10 years or 20 years, something like that. And then there are people that we're with most of our lives. A lot of that's family, but there's lovers, and sometimes there are people that have the same passion that we do. So you get on a path or a cause or something, and you end up spending a lot of time with, these same group of people. Great healing is available in those relationships. And so read what the last couple of lessons have been.
Oh yeah, I'm going to start here, lesson 281.
So I want to say the image. The image I want to get you to that goes with this is two colliding black holes. Two things that are huge and massive, and important, actually becoming one together, and the impact that it has on two powerhouses becoming one. What an impact it has on their surrounding area. Two black holes would be a very good example of that. But
so I'm actually going to start with yesterday's lesson, but
this is what I want to do. I'm going to get this in here.
Yeah, but in the workbook we've actually entered a new section called "What is the Holy Spirit?" which is kind of cool. And so right after the talk on what is the Holy Spirit, the first lesson, which was yesterday, is lesson 281. I can be hurt by nothing but my thoughts. Boy, was I so glad to hear that. And that was really kind of my experience that I was trying to talk about.
It's my judgment, it's my resistance, it's it's my thoughts that hurt.
So listen to
Father, your Son is perfect. That's the first line.
Yeah.
So
when I think I am hurt in any way, it is because I have forgotten who I am. That's what I was practicing when I was lying on the couch. This is what I was really intent. My desire was to understand who I really am.
I know. So what goes, my thought hurting, my thoughts hurt. So what are we talking about? We're talking about the last one of the last vestiges we give up before we actually make a commitment or with a willingness to join. Joining becomes a more prominent goal or an ideal for us, because the body really is the last sort of obstacle that the Course in Miracles offers up. So our intimate relationships with our bodies and the healing of our intimate relationships with our own body is the meeting place in this altar of love, where we have our experience, where Glen and God and the world all meet in the same place, is where the healing is being called for, and where intimate relationships, your best friends and your lovers and the people who really know you can offer you healing, and you can offer them healing. Right? So I can be hurt by nothing but my thoughts. So together we learn what a body is for, what things are for, actually, because the world in the Course of Miracles, the world is your body. All material world is the reflection of the mind of God. So the whole entire world, all materialism is your body.
Yeah,
our body, the body, and it's all illusion, because it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. So it's not what the Course in Miracles says is true.
Right. Listen to what she says. When I think that I am hurt in any way, it is because I have forgotten who I am, and that I am as you created me.
Yeah.
Your thoughts can only bring me happiness. If ever I am sad or hurt or ill, I was like, okay. If I'm sad or hurt or ill, I have forgotten what you think and put my little meaningless ideas in place of where your thoughts belong and where they are. I can be hurt by nothing but my thoughts. The thoughts I think with you can only bless. The thoughts I think with you alone are true.
Right. And we're going to be doing Luke chapter 11 today. Which talks exactly
very similar. It's so cool.
So so we're tracking all this at the same time. This is no accident. I can hurt by nothing but my thoughts. What's the next
accident? So today's lesson is I will not be afraid of love today.
How honest is that?
Yay.
Right? Because that's joining, right? Joining love. That's really exhibiting who I am is an us, not a me.
Oh yeah,
right?
Definitely.
How do I act on that? The love I have is relationship. Is the love the thing that loves and the thing that gets the love.
Right.
I'm that. That's what they call it. The triune God.
Oh yeah. Right.
It's the Trinity.
Yeah.
We are the Trinity ourselves. We're the embodiment of the Trinity. We're the Father, the Son. We are what is loving. We are what is loved, and we are the love that is doing all the relationship.
That's so cool. Well, I will not be afraid of love today.
Although you probably might have good reason, because you can't, because there's no reality. Is you either choose reality. You either choose reality and love, or you don't, or you choose nothing else.
Oh, right.
If I could realize, but this today
salvation would be reached for all the world.
If I could, salvation. You know why? Because I'm the only one condemning it. It's my actions in my world and my view on it that's the problem. And I think the world is broken. It has to be fixed. So.
How about that? That's interesting.
I know.
Listen, she goes, this is the decision not to be insane.
How often have you chosen to be insane? How many of us have taken pride in our insanity?
Oh,
I'm an insane person.
Today, I have made this decision not to be insane and to accept myself as God himself, my Father and my source created me. This, the determination not to be asleep in dreams of death, while truth brings forever joy and love.
Okay, the dreams of death, that's the material world, isn't it? The living in the dream of this thing, something can die. Leaving your body is the dream of death. Right?
Right. You believe that's it?
I'm dreaming that someday I'll get to die one day.
Oh, well. Listen to the prayer. Father, your name is love, and
so is mine.
Hello, love, Sina. Hello, love, Connie and Ella.
Love.
Hello, love,
we share a surname, right?
Hello, love, George. Hello, love, Arizona.
Hello, love, Chica.
Love, Chica's in there, too. And love, Gracie probably is back there somewhere with Jacqueline.
I know. Throwing up on the floor,
other room,
making sculptures.
No, that's our Gracie. She's at home. Jacqueline has a Gracie cat.
So she does. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jacqueline has a Gracie cat.
Does she sculpt with her vomit or throw up? Does she sculpt with it?
Of course not.
Just our cat.
Our cat is special.
Yeah. She eats up all her food and then she
throws it up. Yeah. Okay. So, and this is the
Your
choice
name
to
is
recognize.
Love and so is mine.
Such is the truth. And can the truth be changed by merely giving it another name? The name of fear is simply a mistake. Let me be not afraid of truth today.
Okay. So that's where we begin this lesson. Let me not be afraid of truth today. So we're going to talk a lot about, it's 11 paragraphs, so we're going to get, it's really beautiful dense stuff. It's called The Meeting Place. And this is the last chapter in the courses section on interrelationships, and it's chapter 24. This is called The Meeting Place. So she's going to describe the world. She's going to describe the world in two sons.
Two sons.
Yes. Two sons. S-O-N
as in children.
Children, right? Because remember, we have a relationship. We have a son of our relationship, and she's going to continue that idea. Remember, a couple of weeks ago we said every relationship you were like having is like having a child.
Every relationship creates a child between
either we're expanding the Son of God, or we're creating a golem, or creating which would be the mythology characteristic, or we're creating nothing. So read the
okay, but wait, I want to see.
You can do what? I want to see.
I want to see. Some comments in the chat. I just want to make sure we're not. Oh, Naj is here. Hey, Naj.
Hey, Naj.
Yay! We're so glad you're here.
Welcome to Vermont.
Yay! I know we're broadcasting from Vermont, Naj. If you didn't hear us earlier, yay! That's what I wanted to see. Yeah, I knew there was something. All right, so here we're going to start the lesson now.
So with the image of worlds colliding, which is you and us coming together to work together, seeing each other as in becoming one. She wants to talk about the two sons. So begin.
Okay, so it goes like this. How bitterly, here she's getting dramatic right off the point. How bitterly does everyone tied to this world defend the specialness he wants to be the truth? His wish is law to him, and he obeys. Nothing his specialness demands does he withhold. Nothing it needs does he deny to what he loves. And while it calls to him, he hears no other voice. No effort is too great, no cost too much, no price too dear to save his specialness from the least slight, the tiniest attack, the whispered doubt, the hint of threat, or anything but deepest reverence.
Who's paranoid?
What is this, son, you have made? The host of God has found a son to whom he prefers to them. What is within your brother still contains all of creation.
This is one son is the first description. The second son is this description.
What is within your brother still contains all of creation. Everything created and creating, born and unborn as yet, still in the future or apparently gone by. What is in him is changeless, and your changelessness is recognized in its acknowledgement. The holiness in you belongs to him, and by your seeing it in him returns to you. Seeing it in your brother? Okay. All of the love and care, the strong protection, the thought by day and night, the deep concern, the powerful conviction, this is you, belong to him. Okay, that wording sort of threw me out there.
Powerful conviction, this is you.
This is belong you to him. Oh, okay. So belonging to each other.
That's falling in love, isn't it? Well, love and care, strong protection, the thought day and night, the deep concern.
That's true.
The powerful conviction that this is you, this relationship, this thing, this existence. So this is the description of the problem and the solution. Well, the problem is that we see specialists as real. We create a broken world. We create what they call a Hobbesian world, dog eat dog.
Oh, right.
Top, be on the top of the, top of the heap kind of thing. And this seeing the world is broken, this Hobbesian worldview, actually makes it difficult to hear the voice that likes you. That's why,
for sure,
it's the voice of specialists. It doesn't hear the voice that likes you. It says the world has to be controlled and fixed because it's broken in order for you to be happy. That's a whole nother program, right?
It is.
So she contrasts that with the Son of Holiness, which is the truth, which is, what did she say you are? What did she say that you can see in your brother? Which means also that you can see in me and I can see in you. All of creation, everything that is unborn, everything that is changeless. That's you. One of my favorite Gurmukh songs right now is a JLA.
Oh yeah,
it goes unborn, unseen. Under, it's like, and then we say in the end of the prayer, at the end of the teacher's manual, to you your goal is to bring into a world that's unseen and unheard, yet truly there. So the note I made here is the attention that we spend on the broken world, fixing a broken world, is the amount of attention that we could be placing on our own healing. Which is seeing the world as it is, letting things be as they are, because the divinity and holiness of our brother, ourselves, will be seen and will be recognized in the world. So keep going.
Yeah,
isn't that lovely?
That is. I want to make a little aside here, just because this whole topic of specialists has really gone ba-boom.
2 weeks on specialness, it'll do that to you.
Well, no, it's cool. It's really, really cool. I didn't quite understand it before we started really talking about it this year, and now I see it clearly, how special I think I am, or how I've lived so much of my life in this idea of specialness.
That those rules are real. If I don't have this haircut, if I don't have this,
whatever it is,
if I don't get this job, if I don't, somebody doesn't talk to me in a certain way, that I'd like to speak to the manager. I find you, oh my God, we could be, that's what she's, that's the idea she's.
Well, for me, it's my whole entertainment, like trying to make and all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
it really plays into my specialness.
So now we're going to get. We're trying to be a performer, trying to play for a market, or trying to be something to get. Right. Now we're going to talk about that. Yeah. Okay. So, and this is the last. This is the most intimate relationship we have, one with our bodies, and it's the last one that has to be overcome before we actually choose to have our identity in this unborn creation.
Okay.
And
so
the body, she says.
Right. The body, she says. What would you save it for? That reminds me of that song. What is it good for? Yeah,
absolutely.
That doesn't say nothing.
The body. What would
you save it for?
For what that choice?
For in that choice lie both its health and harm.
This truer statement has never been made.
Truly. Save it for show, as bait to catch another fish, to house your specialness in better style, or weave a frame of loveliness around your hate, and you condemn it to decay and death. Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
We certainly recognize that, right? This is. I'm not going to spend very much time here because this is so really. This is the body's paradigm. Mm-hmm. It's ultimately linked to specialness,
of course.
The ego, the body. The body as a transactional thing. Mm-hmm. The material world is a transactional thing. Mm-hmm. This is only worth as much as I can get for it, or trade for it, or everything's on a hierarchy of transactional value. Mm-hmm. It's dangerous because it doesn't lead to the experiences that we want. That's why it's dangerous. Right. And it leads to more suffering, unconscious suffering. Continue.
So now we get a little sunlight coming into the discussion.
Oh, I know.
What is immortal cannot be attacked. What is immortal cannot be attacked.
Of course not.
Only the purpose that you see in it has meaning. And if that is true, its safety rests secure.
Keep going.
If not, it has no purpose and is means for nothing. Whatever is perceived as means for truth shares in its holiness and rests in light as safely as
Read that last sentence again.
Whatever is perceived as means for truth.
Means for truth. What does means for truth mean?
You tell me.
The means for truth. How truth is revealed. The means how to get truth. Share the truth.
So whatever is perceived as means for truth shares in its holiness and rests in light as safely as itself.
How you're doing something doesn't really matter. It matters what the goal is. So the same, you can be hugged and feel all special, and you can be hugged and you feel creepy, feel creeped out.
True. Depends on
what's going on. So keep going.
The test of everything on earth is simply this, quote unquote. What is it for?
I ask you, Jacqueline. What are the odds?
I know. Code. Was that not in Luke?
Luke just Luke 11.
Yeah, NTI, yeah. The answer makes it what it is for you. It has no meaning of itself, yet you can give reality to it according to the purpose that you serve.
Really?
Here you are, but means along with it. God is a means as well as end.
Because God is Alpha and Omega.
Right, true.
The beginning, and the end. God is means and ends. God is how you get there and the destination.
I just gotta say, is that not wild? How this connects with Luke chapter 11 tonight is just funny. I know, right? It's really, really funny. Okay.
The test of everything on earth is simply this: what is it for? So she gives this. So this is the method. Mm-hmm. She gives this over and over and over again, and she gives it. She repeats it in different ways. But how to treat your body in the material world? This is the method. The test. What is real? What has meaning? What is it for? What is my body for? What are my arms for? What are my legs for? What are my eyes for? Where's my hair for? It only has meaning according to the purpose that I serve. So am I serving peace, or am I serving God and pleasure? Am I serving, pain and suffering? Am I serving, I don't know. Who am I serving? What's the purpose I've given to this body? To snag another body, or to, tell everybody I'm angry, or what? In heaven, means and ends are one, right? So you do the right thing because it's the right thing, because it's the right thing. And you want that experience. I don't have to know what results in always doing the right thing. the right thing happens. That's what happens.
Well, this reminds me
to plan it out.
This reminds me of our discussion in Buddhism class of right-mindedness, right thinking, wholesome actions and thought. And it just really makes sense in this. In this discussion.
In heaven means and ends are one, so do the right thing. Even you don't have to understand the outcome or what's all. You just have to know what the purpose is and match means to ends. And she gives you a promise that is kind of cool. That there's momentum.
Yes, there is.
In this.
Yes.
You do it often enough and regularly enough and becomes a habit enough and you have a mind habit of it enough.
Yeah.
It gets momentum.
It does.
It becomes the condition for peace. It becomes the condition for our own learning.
Yeah.
And this is what she says. This discernment, this choosing to be in the moment, this choosing to love our conscience, this choosing again to focus out from the outside to the in to where reality is, that gives the reflection of our experience, to keep doing that past turning in, is the holy home, is our holy home. Our home is within. It isn't without. And our bodies aren't us. And they aren't even transactional items to make ourselves to make a better world. So let's go.
Okay, yet must the Son have been created like himself, capital H, a perfect being, all-encompassing, and all-encompassed, nothing to add, and nothing to be taken from.
Do you really believe that about yourself?
Wait a second. This is the first time. Hold on a second. This is the first time I've read this sentence. Let me read it for a second, because I wasn't around on Wednesday. So hold on. Let me go back to this. Yet must this Son have been created like himself, capital H, a perfect being, all-encompassing and all-encompassed, nothing to add and nothing taken from. It has no meaning to anyone who still retains one unlearned lesson in his memory, one thought with purpose still uncertain, or one wish with a divided aim. Okay, talk a little bit about that.
Okay, this is the promise of profound self-knowledge.
Okay,
this is who you are, this unborn unthing. Do you want to experience that? Do you want to know and live that place? Do you want to call that your home? Do you want to know that as our home? Because that's the truth. That's what she said. That this is the only thing that's really going to satisfy us. Being in the oneness. Join. The water's fine.
Yeah.
This is the promise of profound self-knowledge. I am created as a perfect being, all-encompassing and all-encompassed.
Yeah.
And
nothing to add and nothing taken from.
How it is right now, as me, this experience in this body, with these limitations and everything, there's nothing to add to this, and there's nothing to be taken away, because it is what?
Perfect.
Already a perfect being. Could I know that? That's profound self-knowledge. To unlearn anything that doesn't go along with that, to seek out and be able to expose anything that isn't to our unidentification with that. And that, she says, where our attention needs to be. Remember the first paragraph goes, you spend your time trying to fix a broken world when you could be spending it with working on this discovery of your own presence and knowledge and limitlessness and means to the purpose that you're on earth for. What is yours to do? This perfect thing that is yours to do. So keep going.
Yeah.
This course makes no attempt to teach what cannot easily be learned.
Yeah, and how about that?
That's what she said.
She tells you right there. All right.
When you mentioned this before, I went back and looked at the.
Okay.
Like from Luke chapter 9. I know it was. It's very true. It's very true. This has been wild. We've been tracking. I've been tracking with these lessons with this. It's been wild. It's been very, 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 very funny. So I hope everybody stays tuned. The conversation will continue. This course makes no attempt to teach what cannot
easily be learned. Perception seems to teach you what you see. Yet it but witnesses to what you taught.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, okay, I see. It is the outward picture of a wish, an image that you wanted to be true. That's what perception is.
That's right.
Okay.
That's there. She gives this projection
Right.
again. So what are you seeing? And you're identifying with projection again. So the goal is a permanently perception seems to teach you what you see. Perception teaches you what you are, what you see. That's projection. So the goal is to permanently change your perception, the way you look at the world, the fundamental understanding of who you say you are and what the world is. It has to fundamentally change. And the rule is what we perceive is an outward picture of a wish. So what is happening is because we chose it. We want it this way. And I am on this beautiful, quiet evening in Vermont.
Because we wanted it this way.
Sunset's just going down. The insects are like chill. It's right before it gets probably get windy here in a little bit. But because of choices I made, I'm doing this.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too.
Because I want to give myself away. Because my body and all of this isn't a transactional relationship with you to get somewhere. What we perceive is an outward picture of a wish, which is why not letting our specialness is important. Don't let it control your attention. Don't let our specialness, our belief that we have things that need to be fixed or better, control on where we look. Or just catch yourself, right?
Yeah, okay, we've only got 3 minutes to finish this up because we've got a song.
We only have 2 more
paragraphs. Look at yourself and you will see a body. Look at this body in a different light and it looks different. It proves its own reality to you. Boy, I had that experience this week. Thus is the body made a theory of yourself, with no provisions made for evidence beyond itself and no escape within its sight. Its course is sure when seen through its own eyes. It grows and withers, flourishes, and dies. That's the eye's perception of the body. And you cannot conceive of you apart from it. As his son's creation gave him joy and witnessed to his love and shared his purpose, so does the body testify to the idea that made it and speak for its reality and truth. Okay, give us a little...
That's the paradigm. Unhooking from specialness of our bodies. And again, these are the 2 sons of God. These are the 2 sons of God, the body versus the child of God, the child of God that you are, the mind of God. You're the thought in the mind of God, or your meat sack. You know, that's what we get to do. The 2 sons are the body versus the body versus the child of God. So what purpose do we give the body? And she contrasts this very equal. He goes, is it to give joy or is it to receive pleasure? Is it to witness the love of God, reality, or is it to have power over others? Is our body for a shared purpose with all bodies, to share a purpose with all bodies of the awakening of the one mind of God, or are we going to create a hierarchy of bodies? Right. So this is so she wraps this up with talking about an inner sun and an outer sun. The inner sun we share with all beings, and it follows the Father's will, whether we have any conscious will with it or not. The outer sun is specialness. We see it's that specialness ego sees the will to share and love and do as an alien will. Perception chooses a sun to look through. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's our choice what sun we want to look through. Use perception to change your mind about your own body and what the material world is for. Align all things to the truth. Match means and ends, and this includes the body, and the purpose and the promise becomes profound self-knowledge that we share with the world. I'm Reverend Glen Morton, and you're at church with a 2-drink minimum.
Although we don't have any drinks today.
We're beyond minimum.
We drank it
I know,
already.
we had the minimum already. So tell us about this last song.
Well, I'm just going to get Sina to play a video of one of our live performances at Church 2 Drink Minimum, and this is Let Go of Grievances. Thank you, Sina.
hands will be my everything. My hands will be my everything. My heart, my soul, my mind, my strength. My heart, my soul, my mind, my strength. My hands will be my everything. My hands will be my everything. I give the Holy Spirit to bring miracles and blessings. Give the Holy Spirit to bring miracles and blessings. When I let go of grievances, just a little bit of willingness to accept forgiveness, and we are free. Yeah. Let go of grievances, just a little bit of willingness to accept forgiveness, and we are free. All right, y'all are doing good. Second verse. Miracles will come to me. Miracles will come to me. When I forgive the world. When I forgive the world. Miracles will come to me. Miracles will come to me. When I forgive the world. When I forgive the world. When I let go of grievances. A little bit of willingness to accept forgiveness, and we are free now. Let go of grievances. Just a little bit of willingness to accept forgiveness, and we are free. To the bridge, we are free. We are free. Let go of grievances, and we are free. We are free. We are free. Let go of grievances, and we are free. All right, y'all are doing good. Okay, now we're going to do all the verses together in unison. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and my heart, my soul, my mind, my strength, my hands, my feet, my everything. I give to Holy Spirit to bring miracles and blessings. Miracles will come to me when I forgive the world. Miracles will come to me when I forgive the world. When I let go of grievances, just a little bit of willingness to accept forgiveness, and we are free. Yeah. Let go of grievances, just a little bit of willingness to accept forgiveness, and we are free. To the bridge, we are free. We are free. Let go of grievances, and we are free. We are free. We are free. Let go of grievances, and we
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to let go of the mic. It's almost time for Herein Lies the Peace of God.
Still in the peace of God.
Still in the peace of God. Thanks so much for joining us. In the peace of God. Let's let go of the mic so she can make announcements. Okay, we love you. We will see you next Sunday. And